Hi everyone, I'm so glad you're here to hang out and talk about neat interior design topics. In this video, we're going to be talking about variety and how to use that to make your spaces more interesting. So if that sounds like a topic that sounds interesting to you, then I'd love to have you hang out and find out more. And I want to thank everyone for watching my videos and subscribing and liking my videos and also providing really wonderful comments. I really appreciate it. So let's get started. So what is variety? So variety is actually one of the design principles. That is the framework that we use to create both functional and beautiful spaces. So along with, say, balance or unity and harmony, variety is a really important element to create, a really successful room and design. And I always kind of think about variety in that it's providing contrast. So it's creating some differences in the space so that things aren't all the same. And we may notice we need variety when, maybe a space is kind of blah or kind of boring or everything kind of looks the same. It's a way to spruce up your space and refresh it. And then talk about variety. There's a variety of ways we can add variety to our spaces. And we can use color and size and shape and scale and even different types of finishes. So let's explore how we can use each of those elements to create some variety in some spaces. So there's a couple of different ways we can use color to add variety to a room. One of them is just to use different colors. Just automatically that creates a more interesting look. So instead of just relying on one color, adding in another color or even a couple different colors. So another way to use color is to use different values of a color. So, lighter and darker versions of a color. Even if you were just going to use different versions of gray, just by, providing different lightness and darkness versions of that gray, it just automatically adds more variety to the room. And then just by providing some contrast in the color, darker colors, lighter colors, and in between, that creates kind of a more interesting look. And then the other way we can use color to add variety is through intensity. So, using different versions of the same color or different colors in different intensities. And so what I refer to as, saturation. So how much color is in that color. And so when there's more color in a color, it's more intense and more bright and vibrant. But then maybe we can use also versions that are more grayed down, so where it has less color in it. And, just using even one color that has different versions of intensity in it, that creates a really, great look, and it's just more interesting. So another way to add variety into a room is to incorporate pattern, and that can be on fabrics or tile, and we can use pattern in different ways, different scales. We can use a couple different patterns in a larger scale and some in smaller scales, and all of that creates just a more exciting look to a room. And then another way we can add variety to a space is to think about size and scale and shape. So even when we are arranging accessories on a table, using different sizes and scales of objects or different shapes, it just creates a more interesting look. And that way, everything isn't really static, that there's some movement there and, some beauty to those arrangements. And then another way to add variety to a room is to incorporate different styles or using different finishes or textures. All of those can, just kind of spruce up the look of a room. So this room is a good example of incorporating a variety of things to add variety to the look of the room. So, there's a number of things that are working really well about this room. One of them is there's a variety of textures going on. There's this nice stone wall for the fireplace surround, and there's a wood mantle and even a wood detail at the top. There is a mirror table. There is, different types of lamps made out of different materials. There's an upholstered couch, but then there's these chairs I think probably have kind of a metal framework. All of those things help to create a more interesting look because there's a variety of different textures going on, including, the softness of the fabrics. Then also they're using, neutral colors overall, but then they're bringing in some other colors through the artwork or through the throw pillows and even through some, beautiful flowers, and also bringing in some pattern, having just that throw blanket there and a larger pattern on the throw blanket on the sofa. It just, adds some more interest. And then there's a balance between kind of softer colors, lighter colors, but also some darker colors, so there's this contrast there going on with all of the colors. And I think there's this nice balance of different sizes and scales and shapes, like a larger floor lamp and a smaller table lamp. Even the vases on the mantle, they're different sizes, and there's a variety of different materials that are being used, in the glass vases, but then there's an interesting, probably like ceramic sculpture on the coffee table, and even using those beautiful tree branches in the background. All of that kind of helps to create this more interesting space. So I hope you enjoyed this video all about variety and the importance of using this in our spaces to make the rooms feel more interesting. And I encourage you to think about how you can add some variety to one of your rooms. And, whether that's changing out some colors or even adding some pattern. Think of some simple ways you can add variety to your space to make it look and feel even better. So I want to thank everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. And I hope you're doing well. And I look forward to seeing you next time, and take care.